What's up? And welcome to Lunchtime in Lab. Just finishing his little tweet real fast. What's up? What's up, Mateus? Mateus, maybe? I'm guessing Mateus. Matthias. Luke. Dono. What's up? Today's Monday, August 12th. We got some baseball today. No football, unfortunately. It was kind of nice. Man, we had football like every day for quite a while there. Was nice. Was nice. Nice to see. Let's see here. Mateus. Yeah, I figured. Vikings win. Chuck, what'd you think about JJ McCarthy? Because I watched a little bit. There was a fair down the street from me. And so we spent like all day down there, really. But we were sitting eating at under a pavilion or whatever, and I looked at the score and I was like, oh, what's going on? And JJ had a couple bombs for a touchdown. Darnold, but anyway, I had seen his interception. I was like, wow, whatever, and then like I got busy, and then I looked later, and dude was killing it. Live on Twitter, live on YouTube today. So right there, I don't know how to say that name. But I can see the Twitter comments just like I can see the YouTube comments. So I appreciate you guys hanging out on Twitter, hanging out on YouTube, wherever. Just do me a favor and give me a follow wherever you're at. If you're coming from Twitter, check me out. Give me a sub on YouTube, live every day on YouTube, only live every once in a while or so on Twitter. Almost 1,500 subscribers. I told you guys I've been doing those like short videos. So once again, I apologize if you're getting like a bunch of those notifications, but I've been doing some like NFL highlights, those stupid slap videos. But like I've got like a couple hundred, 200-300 like new subs on YouTube. So I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm getting a lot of subscribers from it. And then hopefully some of those just kind of continue to like translate over to watching a live show and stuff with us. What's up, Isaiah? Trent? Bo Nix looked really good too. Bo Nix looked good. Joe Milton looked pretty good. Drake May did not look very good. Penix looked good. Penix had some good throws. Did not really watch Caleb Williams, but I did see that like a kind of on the run throw that he had. So I mean he looked pretty good there. So was nice to see for sure. Was encouraging though as a Vikings fan to see that JJ McCarthy had himself a pretty good looked like he had himself a nice little preseason show or whatever. So Robert, what's up? Share screen. Entire screen. Hey, look, it's me. Oh, Sun starts T-ball today. Then we'll get into it. Last random thing. Sun starts T-ball today at 5:30. So if you're in the Discord, a lot of plays are about to drop like now, probably. I don't know. I gotta get some stuff done. Just very, very busy. Super, super busy. These next 3 days are like crazy. Next 3 weeks are like crazy. This Saturday I have like a reunion for like NICU reunion. My youngest was in the NICU for a while. For those who were with me with the old Discord, he had some complications when he was born, but we got something in the mail that they're having like a little reunion at this farm. So we're gonna go to that on Saturday and show appreciation or whatever. But anyhow, yeah, my son starts T-ball today. So expensive, man. I got him a new glove because the glove he has is like colorful. So I mean, that was like $40. Got him a bag that was like $40. He has to have his own helmet. That was like $40. I spent like $200 on this kid the other day. So he better like this damn. And he's so little, like we can't find pants and we can't find cleats for him. So he's gonna wear soccer cleats for baseball, but I mean, it's literally the only thing he has. And then he's 4, so we got him 4T pants. Those are too big. We got 3T, and like honestly, those are too big. Like it's ridiculous. So he's gonna go to practice today in just shorts, t-shirt, and tennis shoes, and he's got his first game on Thursday. So trying to find him something to wear is like it's kind of wild. So just need the kid to get bigger. I don't want him to get bigger, but man, it would certainly help if he got bigger. All right. Anyhow, start doing a play with a mix of NFL and MLB. Yeah, I mean, when NFL gets a little more popular. So when NFL is like here, um, MLB is going to be like fairly done once NFL is here. So of course on like a Tuesday when there's no football or something like that, yeah, like we'll be on some MLB. But like, a Thursday for sure, Monday's for sure gonna be football, Thursday for sure is gonna be football. Friday is probably gonna be college football. And then Saturdays and Sundays, likely you won't find me at this specific show, but we'll be doing like some kind of like me and Ty is gonna be doing some sort of like football type. We were doing like the boys of spring where we talked about the UFL, in the mornings for those football games. So likely like Saturday mornings maybe we'll be live and we can talk about like the slate of college football, and then like Sunday mornings we'll be live. So I'm more than likely I won't be live solo, but you guys can like still get me during the football season. It's just going to be like more like with the team or whatever instead of just doing my own thing. What's up? What's up, E? Anyway, um shout out the guy that says anytime I say I don't like the slate, I sweep. As I went on though, I definitely found more. I'm sure you guys have get used to it. I mean, anytime that my logo is the thumbnail, I don't have anything like hammered in yet. So I was kind of researching all the way up to it. Although I did come up with some straights that I thought were going to be pretty good. Um, just kind of looking at the slate here. I mean, there's some pretty decent games, and some games that are like kind of stay away, like the Blue Jays and Angels. I mean, just not interested in it really. Rockies and Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks money line. I think in a sense of looking at like a for like a juice reducer or something like that. Brian Bale outs. I don't really like him. Um, If you're thinking over, so without even looking at, I don't even know what it is without even looking. I'm not really a big fan of the Rangers. I mean, I would lean over without even like really even doing a whole lot of research. I'd probably just lean over, but it's not something that like jumps out at me that I feel like I really need to get after. But then like look at the bullpen though. Like they threw 3 guys on Sunday. They threw 4 guys on Saturday. That's a really tired bullpen. So Brian Bale over his outs actually might not be that bad. We can look at it real fast, and then we'll get into what I. He just like struggles. So I mean, he got killed by him. Well, I mean, that was last year though. I think he's been better at home. Not really, man. he's he started at 17 and a half. Like I said, like it's not something that I'm running at to bet. I mean, I can certainly have an opinion on everything, but he's always right there, roughly, at home to 16 and a half. Looking at the bullpen's pretty tired. So based off the bullpen, I would say that the over is probably a good look. But okay, in terms of we're gonna probably just go after some straights here. I was trying to figure out a way to play some of this stuff. Like I think Sonny Gray's outs is gonna be a good look. DraftKings has got like a boost type play, but I was thinking Sonny Gray's outs could be a pretty good look against the Reds. I was liking Emanaga's outs against the Guardians. Right-handed pitchers against the Guardians. I think is a has been just a really good look for us. I mean, in terms of outs, like they've been flying through. They haven't seen Emanaga before. I was looking at like, and not to say maybe like the Discord doesn't come up with it, but like an Emanaga and then um like the Yankees minus 104. This Kai Bush dude struggled. Gil is average or whatever, but I think Eminaga and like Sonny Gray are both good looks, but like they're both just really just juiced to hell. Eminaga on DraftKings is actually minus 215, so you can't even use him for that boost, unfortunately. Uh, so Bailey Fott I thought would be a good one too, but he's at 18 and a half outs. Uh, Coco. So I mean, honestly, I think the whole world's about to be on Chris Sale and Blake Snell. So like, I just don't think I can mess with it. I just don't think I'm interested in it. It's just there's just too public, and it's just that's such a late game. I honestly hate betting in the late games. Um, I think it's gonna those already are both super super popular plays, and it's just for me like I'm just not. I don't want to mess with it. Yeah, Biggie, it's crazy. Like anything pitcher props, like is moving honestly like crazy. So yeah, you're stuck with either like playing the worst line or you're betting, or you're just having to get creative and do something else, or do like a juice reducer or something like that. Anyhow, before we get into what I think we're gonna run just for straight bets, I think Eminaga. I think I really do like this Eminaga and the Yankees play. Um, I think Sonny Gray's outs is probably a good look too. He's sitting at like minus 150. I think that's a good minus 152. I think that's a good like leg parlay piece. Like I said, Eminaga is minus 215. You can't use that on DraftKings for that boost. So I might hold off and save the Sonny Gray for a leg later. I'll give out like the straight bets probably in the Discord here in a bit. I have to go get like a grocery pickup here soon too. Give out the straight legs in the Discord here in a second. Well, after this is over, and then do whatever, and then around 3:30, 4 o'clock, maybe figure out what I'm gonna do for the that parlay for the boost. And then anything else I might have. So anyhow, I was looking. Oh, also like I was looking over here. Here, let me look at this real fast again. Remind myself. Get a different tab so does it mess me up. Stop moving. Yeah, see, like Sonny Gray and the Diamondbacks to win. I don't love having to use money lines because it's baseball and that's just where you get screwed. But I mean, the Rockies are so bad away. Cal Quantrill's pitching, I believe. I mean, Bailey Fogg's been better, especially at home. Diamondbacks, especially at home. Uh, and then Tommy Boy. I mean, I would think, I like, and it's just juice though. I mean, Diamondbacks, and I like the Padres too. Although like Joe Musgrove's coming back for the first time, and like I was like fading Musgrove like big time, But like Diamondbacks and Yankees, as about as chalk as you can get. But I like them both as like juice reducers. I just it comes down to like it really comes down to like how heavy I want to be in the Discord. But I mean, I got some straight plays that I like, but look, Eminaga and the Yankees nearly plus money, and then I can do Sonny Gray and like the D backs. Honestly, just based off the odds, it'd be smarter to honestly do the D backs with them, get that plus money, and then do Sonny Gray with the Yankees, and then that would be probably nearly plus money. And then boom, you got two quote unquote builder type, plays, just like that. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't get any of those. But all right, anyway, we're chatting. Let's get into some real action here. It just goes to show, like I've always got ideas. It just kind of comes down to like I went 3-1 in the Discord yesterday, so I mean that was nice. Had a winning day on Sunday. Had a winning day on Saturday. You just hate to like give out a bunch of straights and then it's like it's straight. I'm a straight better man. Like sometimes it's hard. Like if I'm up 3 units, I mean I could lose 3 units today. Of course I always recover from it and stuff, but I mean like it's just stuff happens. Anyhow, these are the three plays that I'm liking for the podcast today as straights. I still got to record the pick of the day video. I mean, it's going to be one of these guys here. Let's take a look here. Let's just do an order here. So Taj Bradley. Look, like I've been a big fan of Taj Bradley here for a minute. And we had been on his outs for a while. I mean, even at home. Maybe not at home. Oh yeah. So we were on his outs about starting like right here against the Rangers. We hit him 4 times in a row. Then we were on Miami, and then it's just like, all right, what the hell? Like, what's going on with Miami? And then Miami's like just killing teams all of a sudden. And then it's like, all right, let's try him again. And I think we failed. So we hit him like four weeks in a row, and then like we lost on him. Today we're gonna go with strikeouts. And look, like strikeouts haven't been my thing. They really haven't. But they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. That's kind of true. Sometimes you have to trust the process. But we had Zach Wheeler on Friday, and that was like a third inning cash or something like that. Was the pick of the day video as well. We were on Matt Waldron recently. I think that was Saturday. Matt Waldron strikeouts. He ended up having a little blow up. Like it was 4.5. Hit it really easily, but ended at 5. Um, so like when I think I have a good look at strikeouts, like it's been working. So we're gonna mess with it. On the year, he's over this in 11 to 16, 69%. But at home, he has not missed. Our boy has not missed at home. He's been tough at home. I don't think I've seen that this is overly popular or whatever. But I mean he's over this 6 at least 6 in every single start, 9 of 9. Um, he's throwing a decent amount of pitching, 90, outside his 88, he's throwing 90 plus pitches. So he's been going deep into innings. We can expect him to at least go into the 6th inning. You would expect him to go in the 6th inning. That means we need to have one strikeout per inning. That's a great average. And he's been a pretty good strikeout guy. Now, we get down to like this part right here. Houston versus right-handed pitcher. The Astros are tough. On the year, they're striking out the third least amount of time. However, in the last 30 days, they're striking out, the 12th least. So at least it's not the third. So it's not the best matchup. It really is not a fantastic matchup. However, Taj Bradley is tough. Let's see. You got, you know, some guys, have a pretty good, Altuve's faced him twice, struck out twice. Uh, Yordan Alvarez hasn't struck out against them. Dubon has struck out 66% of times. I mean, that's not a big average though. You haven't really faced them a lot. What I will say though is the Astros have. I read the stat somewhere. The Astros have near league leading foul rate. So they hit a lot of foul balls, which is going to quickly put them into like an 0-2 or a 2-strike count, 3-2, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, whatever, 0-2. But it puts them into a 2-strike count. And then Taj Bradley is very, very good at getting teams to chase. And the Astros are also league leading at swinging at balls that are outside of the strike zone. So if, Taj gets them on a strike looking, gets them on a foul ball because the Astros foul off a lot, and then he gets them on like a curveball away, chasing 3 pitches, Astros, like I said, Astros chase a lot. Astros foul a lot. All of those things go into a good combination of getting to 2 strikes and then getting that strikeout. I don't know if he has a history against them or not. So we faced him 1 time last year and he struck him out 6 times. He's faced other guys too. I believe at home. Let's see. Washington is a team that is pretty notorious for not striking out a lot. He faced Baltimore, another team that does not strike out a whole lot. 7 strikeouts there. And Kansas City, I believe, both known to not strike out a whole lot. So some pretty good looks, and I think it's a spot where the books are probably giving him some respect with the 5.5. Because they're respecting the Astros, I guess I should say. Same line over here, 5.5. So -1. So technically -104 would be better on FanDuel. But first play is going to be Taj Bradley over 5.5 strikeouts for, whatever. Play it over here on FanDuel for a penny less or whatever. 1.04 units. Second play is, and just in terms of like when it starts, I'm gonna go to the White Sox. So I really, really wanted to find a way to I just play the White Sox. And I think I want to fade the pitcher. We know that the Yankees are like the best walking team in the league. They walk a ton, they're a good hitting team, all that stuff. I feel that there's some pretty good looks here. Uh 14 and a half is just such a tough line. I mean, he probably doesn't go that deep, but at the same time, under 14 and a half, minus 135. I mean, it's just not something I'm really overly interested in. I couldn't believe his not to get a win was minus 1400. Like, that's insane. Like, just don't offer it. Hits allowed 4.5. I mean, that's probably pretty playable too. His earned runs is at over 2.5, minus 190. So that's juiced pretty heavily. That might be something. That might be a leg that I'm looking into for that parlay that I'm trying to put together. It's got to be under minus 200. So that's probably a pretty good leg. In fact, I'm gonna click it so I don't forget it. I'll be all right. But I'm gonna go after his walks. I'm gonna go after his walks. He's had just one start this year against Oakland, and he walked Oakland 5 times. He walked Oakland 5 times. Oakland is by no means known as a team that's diligent at the plate or anything like that. They're a team that actually, I mean, they're a swing away kind of team. Like they make a lot of contact. Uh, the Yankees walk a ton. We've said it. Well, I'm sure Outlier shows it. The Yankees in the last 30 days versus a left-handed pitcher and on the year have the number one walk rate in the league. Let's see. And if I'm not mistaken, it's like by far too. We'll look at it. Hitting. I mean, not like by far, but 483 walks compared to the Dodgers at 452. So they have 31 more walks than the second place team does. A lot. It's a lot. And then, like I said, versus lefties, it's number one as well. It's number one in general. Last 30 days, like no matter how you look at it, the Yankees walk a lot. Let me try to see if I can't find something here for you. See here. There you go, Biggie. That's exactly, if all those numbers are accurate, that was exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, so in 2024 he had I can't tell how many outings this is for sure, but 8 starts in double A and then 3 starts in triple A. It looks like, just based off the record. Oh, games. Here we go. 18 games total, 14 in double A, 4 in triple A. And then he walked 32 people in 14 starts, and then he walked 10 in just 4 starts in triple A. So he's had a hard go of it. And then like Big E says, over 100 innings pitched, average 4 walks per 9 innings and a 6 ERA. So that's a good look. That's why I like it. I think it's a pretty awesome way to play to fade him without having to like eat so much juice, drink the juice. Minus 130, that's a pretty good number. And like I said, the Yankees walk just a ton. So I think that's a really good spot there. He really struggled in AAA. Walked 5, A batters, athletic batters, and then and the Yankees walk at the highest rate. So I mean, like, come on. Marcus tagged you in profits yesterday. $1,300 yesterday. That's pretty good. Well, like just now? You tagged me just now? You had to have been like hammering that. I'll look for it later. I get so many notifications, I miss them half the time. Oh, I see it. Oh, you parlayed it. Yeah, $500, man. Whew. That's some trust. Okay. Last play. Marco Gonzalez under 16.5 outs. This play, in a sense, is like everywhere. Literally everybody's talking about Marco Gonzalez right now. So and everyone's on his earned runs. Everyone's talking about his earned runs. Earned run, earned run, earned runs, earned runs, earned runs, earned runs, earned runs. That's all they care about. I don't really like to bet on earned runs because you can have an error, even like a catcher's interference, or something like that. There's all kinds of stuff that can result in a run to not count. Just like yesterday. I mean, we were on Dylan Cease to get a win in the Discord yesterday, and it was like 5-0, but Dylan Cease only had 2 earned runs, because there's a couple errors that attributed to those guys getting on base. So be So I'm gonna go under. I'm going under on his outs. We hit on man, yesterday we were under on Springs outs, we were under on Sanchez outs, and we were under on Mackenzie Gore. We had 3 unders yesterday. It was an under day. Today we're going with some different untraditional type stuff or whatever, but we'll continue that under run with Marco Gonzalez at the 16 and a half. He's only pitched 7 times so far this year. He's under this in 5 starts. He did go deeper against Baltimore and went deeper against Philly, which is surprising because if you look at the teams that he's played, he's obviously played, tougher teams. However, you see that, he faced I don't remember if he got hurt or not, so never mind. So let's actually care more recently about the last 4 because this is April 7th, April 13th, and then all of a sudden it's July 12th. I don't know if he got sent down or if he got hurt. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. So let's look at his last 4. Since he's been back from hiatus, injury, whatever it was, 15, 14, 7, and 14, he just faced the Padres 5 days ago, and he only went 14 outs. He couldn't even get it out of the get through the 5th inning. He threw 91 pitches in that start. He had given up, a lot of runs, 5 runs in that start as well. He walked 2 guys. When you have somebody that is on a back-to-back, why it's so difficult, or why you see guys like kind of fall apart in the top of the 6 or whatever. And we have them at 18 outs, they get to 17 and they can't get it. It's because it's like it's the 3rd time that they've seen him, 2nd, 3rd time, whatever. So Marco Gonzalez is really struggling, and to get around that way, right? So come the 2nd time they've seen him, 3rd time he's seen him, he's getting lit up and he's getting knocked out. He's facing a team within the last 5 days. I don't think it was a lot. It wasn't the most recent time that they've played, but anyway, within the last 5 days, they're familiar with his release point. They should be able to hit him from the very beginning. Anytime that you have a team facing another team that is on a back-to-back, I think that it's a great spot to fade him. It's a solid spot to fade him. I didn't look at the bullpen, which it's not going to change anything, but let's see if it's in our favor or not. Not really. At the same time, though, the other day I was on, like I said, I was on some unders yesterday, and there was a pitcher, I forget who it was, and his bullpen was kind of torn up, and he still didn't go very deep. But it's actually not that bad because some of these guys, threw a couple days ago, so the bullpen's pretty average. If anything, it's a little unfavorable, but I mean, it's okay. Like I said, it wasn't going to change anything for us. Let's see something here. Padres. Yeah. So yeah, and I was almost nervous putting with the Dodgers at +1.5, just the way I played it. It almost got a little scary. So anyhow, that's about all I have to say about Marco Gonzalez. I think it's just a quick turnaround. Padres hitting lefties pretty well here. The 13th best batting average in the last 30 days. They've been pretty on fire. Padres been hitting the ball really well. They got the 10th best OPS, 10th best WRC. Though, so their walks, runs created, whatever. I mean, they're getting it done. So to recap today. Yeah, exactly. And depending on how early you played some of this stuff, like when the lines came out, they weren't that bad. Um, you know, it's pitcher props and like quarterback props, I feel like are pretty similar. I feel like everybody is on pitcher props. Like if you don't know baseball, I mean it's pitcher offense, obviously. There's not a lot of other defensive. You can't bet any other defense. So it's not like there's that many options to begin with. But I feel like if you don't know baseball a lot or you're doing it whatever, you're either batting home runs or you're batting pitcher props. So, like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, pitcher props get juiced to hell in public, and then the lines get all kinds of torched and messed up. So, does anybody have anything? Anybody have any questions? Any additional pictures or anything like that we wanted to look at before we got out of here? But to recap for today, we're gonna go with Marco Gonzalez under 16 and a half outs, Taj Bradley over 5.5 strikeouts. Kyle Busch or Kai. I keep calling him Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is like a race car driver or something, I think. Kai Busch over 2.5 walks, minus 130. I think these are all pretty good bets. The Taj Bradley one could be, maybe the scarier one. These are three really good looks. Like I said, Discord wise, um, as usual, I guess I should say, as usual for the Discord, if you're watching, I was trying to make me big. It wouldn't work. As usual, if you're in the Discord, official plays are posted. And I not, at Notify Jor, you get the notification when and I say like, hey, it's gonna be this many units, whatever. Because like I said, I'm chewing on that Sunny Gray Diamondbacks look, the Minaga and the White Sox look. That's 2 units. And then if I did these 3, depending, that's 5. That's 5 units. That's a lot. But let's see. Marco Gonzalez starts pretty late though, right? Yeah. So I could hold off on starting the Marco Gonzalez pick depending on how like Taj Bradley starts maybe. Yeah, because we'll know Kai Busch by hour and a half later. Should know about Kai Busch. Should know about Bradley at that point too. So for Ember strikeouts though, the Rays. Let's see. So on the road, I see he's got a streak on the road. Wait, under. Well, yeah. What about his strikeouts? What's that, bar? Because that's a pretty wild stat right there to me. If you're thinking over his strikeouts, he's done it once. He's under 9 out of his last 10 games. So like I can't, after seeing that, like I can't even look past that. Yeah, under. Okay, good. After seeing this, it's just he needs to prove that he can do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, under looks actually pretty good. A lot of decent amount of green in here for the guys that have faced him before. Morel's in the lineup. Dude strike us out a lot, but in the last 30 days they're only striking out 14 times, 14th lowest times or whatever. I kind of like that trend. What's the odds on that? Probably juiced to under. That's solid. I like that. Yeah, I would lean under for sure. Lively versus the Cubs. The Cubs don't walk a lot, do they? Fifth highest. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to play it straight or whatever. I mean, if you're trying to play it straight, I mean, I would certainly probably look into it more. But let's I mean, he's exceeded 1.5 walks allowed in his 4 of his last 5 games, which we can see. I mean, yeah. So like the Cubs walk in the last 30 days, the 13th most. Their on base percentage though is pretty low, just in general. So, obviously that includes, hits and walks. They have like Morel's not in the lineup anymore. Like, they got rid of some of those bats that are striking out a lot. It's the Cubs aren't a team though that like the Yankees where like there's really nobody to fear. Like I get, Bellinger doesn't see a lot of pitches, but there's nobody to really fear. There's no like free batters in there, if that makes sense. So like the Yankees, like people are afraid to pitch to Judge. People are afraid, Soto is a really good walk, target. Stanton, I mean, I don't know, not really, but or like an Otani, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody like that they're really afraid of. So I mean, I just based off, what he's been doing here recently and stuff, I'd say it's probably a good look, but I mean, I don't like really feel anything about it. Chuck, I seen you say something about Kershaw twice, and I think I ignored you the first time. What about Kershaw? Hits? Oh yeah. Versus Milwaukee though. Milwaukee's been like very weird to me. Like I was all about Milwaukee, and then like they just died off like crazy, it seems. Contreras bats 400. Rhys Hoskins bats 429. After that, though, like Willie Adams is only batting 250 against them, striking out 25% of the time. That's just a tough one, I think. Chuck, if you're still in here, I think that's just a bit of a tough one, I think, Chuck. Because you see that he's not really going very deep. He's only going, you know, he pitched into the fifth, against Philly. He pitched into the fourth against, the Padres. But he only went, you know, um 4 innings, here. So he's pitched only into the fourth twice, into the fifth, once. So I don't know what his like pitch count like looks like. Um, I mean, it is one of those where it's like there's certainly times where it's like he needs to go out and prove that he can shut a team down, and until he does that, that might be a good look. There's nothing wrong with thinking that way, you know. It's just he's not pitching like deep. It seems like so. Like the fear is, he's got a 4.5 line that's like a hit an inning, but he hasn't gone 5 innings yet. So like it's tough. And then you're at this point where it's like, well, he's got to turn it around sometime, right? Just like Snell, he's got to turn it around sometime. So Chuck, I wouldn't play it personally. Honestly, it's just not there. There's a lot of like uncertainty to it, but if I were to play it, I would probably play over. I would lean over because he hasn't proven that he can do it yet since coming back from injury. We all know he's capable of it, but we don't know when is that going to happen though. When's the streak going to stop? So it doesn't hurt to put a little bit on it. Half a unit, or even if you just, what I'm saying, just to know like, oh, I was right kind of thing or whatever, instead of putting a full unit on it and you're like, damn, I knew I shouldn't have played it kind of thing. So, right. We've been talking for a while. Even with the questions, I mean, we're at 40 minutes. So I think that's honestly, that's pretty solid. So Marco Gonzalez under 16.5 outs, Taj Bradley over 5.5 strikeouts, and Kai Bush over 2.5 walks. Of these three, I gotta figure out which one's the pick of the day. I really do think I like a few of these. I think Kai Bush is a little bit of like a novelty type one. He doesn't have that's just like Kershaw, prove to us that you can have control, because he has not done that yet, kind of thing. Pine Sports, Justin, is. It's just not. And Pine Sports is actually here. I'll show you real fast. I actually know like the CEO. I don't know him, whatever. Like I got his phone number. But it's just pinesports.com, and then you go to search up here and then MLB. The hard part is that you just need to know what you're looking for. So what were we just talking about? Kershaw hits allowed. So the robot. What's cool about this website is that they have like they're projecting him to have 4.09 hits. So they're actually projecting the under to hit. So it's kind of cool that they have like AI kind of built into it or whatever, and you can hit the under button and it'll show you the graph, but you can't cycle through while you're within the graph. And honestly, the last few times I've been on it, it's been like pretty slow. So, and it also doesn't show like this year. You can't say like, oh, just this year. You can go X amount of games back. So you just have to know that it's these last 3 games. But you could, say like, home, away, visitor, whatever, you know. But it definitely does work. I like it for, you can go to, let's see, gotta remember how to do this. Oh, over. So like, Teoscar Hernandez hits, runs, RBI. Line is at 1.5. He's over this in 9 of his last 10. The robot likes the over. They have him projected at 3.60 hits, runs, RBIs today. So like that's kind of nice to see. Like there's times where like I stopped doing it, but when I was putting like a builder together for like NFL, I would go through just to check what their AI, had them um projected at or whatever, if that makes sense. But yeah, Biggie, that's probably true. That's I mean, I like it. I'm gonna play it now. Discord wise, if I play it, I'll probably wait until like other stuff settles until like at night. But like you do all that, and then there's times where they still get pulled, and you're like, man, the bullpen's tore up. I can't believe they pulled him. So like it's certainly something to be aware of, but at the same time, even just last night, there was a situation like that, and like I still got an under like pretty easily. And like Chapman only threw 10. So Herman. That's actually a starting pitcher, I think, isn't it? But anyway, though, all right, we've been here long enough. I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate the interaction as always. I'm starving. I just got to get some lunch in. So appreciate you guys. If you're in the Discord, I'll drop the plays in the Discord, and we'll do those 3 plays. Official plays will be in the Discord as usual, and I will see. Trying to think. Friday, we got plenty of time, but I feel like Friday's gonna have to be a late show unless my MRI gets canceled again. You know how that goes. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys back tomorrow at 11:30.